All right, thank you. All right, Zach, I see your 25-minute good. I raise you a 40-minute finance update, so buckle in, folks. Now, we'll make this one a quick one today. I'm Irwin. I'm your treasurer, if we haven't met yet. Nice to meet you. If this is your first finance update, we do these quarterly. This is the end of our Q2. Our financial year runs from July to June, so we're halfway through our year. Let's go to the next slide, please. So for our highlights today, we had our best giving November ever this year, so thank you, everybody here, and for your generosity. Yeah. We also had a really great December. It was right up there with our best years. I think we were about $300 short of our best one ever. So 2 really great months there. December is always a great month, and this one was no different. So thank you all. Next slide, please. So giving this year, these are our giving numbers. So far, we've taken in about 186,000. This is about 86% of what we wanted at this point. Now we know giving is not even through the year for our church. December and January are big months. February and March are lower. The end of the year gets higher. So overall, we're doing pretty well. Again, we did not get the grant that we wanted this year, unfortunately, or planned for, so that's where the drop is there. And we're a little off on church, the rent, just because of how some of the calculations work, but everybody has paid us. So overall, that's where our income is at this year. Next slide. And then expenses. Expenses we're also doing fairly well. We're only at about 86% of where we plan to be this year. Now, a large part of that savings is due to some roles that were either absent or have gone unfulfilled so far, and we look forward to fulfilling those. And then the couple areas where we were spending a little higher, the office was just due to some front-loaded expenses at the beginning of the year around some legal fees and subscriptions. And then ministry programs, some of the savings from, or some of the lack of spending in payroll, we had some extra guest pastors this year filling in, so we spent a little more there. But overall, our spending is about 86% of what we planned so far for the year. Next slide. So overall, how that works out, we're actually about $5,000 ahead of where we plan to be at this point this year. So we're seeing a little bit of savings where we plan to be compared to the budget. We'll see kind of how things go for the rest of the year. And again, I expect January to be another big giving month. Usually that one's a high one, so hopefully we'll have a nice bump next month as well. Any questions on that? Cool. So here's where our specific funds are at. For those who may not be familiar, these are funds that have specific purposes. They're not our general fund. They don't go to operating the church. This money goes out of the church to various causes. Overall, we're doing pretty well there. Everything has a good balance in it. We had a couple large expenses for community initiatives this year, which is awesome. That we want that money going out. So overall, that's where we're at with our various initiatives. So overall, assets and liabilities, this hasn't changed too much. Our checking account has gone up a little bit, which is always a good thing to see. Otherwise, we have no real big liabilities. We own our land, we own our building. All of our fixed assets have remained the same. So overall, our numbers are pretty much in line with where we were at last year. Just one note, the CD that was on here, certificate of deposit, that just matured Friday. So we got $2,500 from just putting that putting that amount of money into a CD. We just had them roll that over into a new one. So we're gonna keep making that money work for us, and then look at more ways to continue to invest our money in a very safe way, but that we can bring in more income with our savings. So, but overall, that's where our assets and liabilities are at. So. And then here's our overall, the assets and fund distribution of our accounts. So 285,000 in our general fund at the moment. Again, we like to keep 2 to 3 months of operating income as a backup, which is about $50,000 a month. So minus that, we've got about 130,000 in there that, is spending money. So, and then our other accounts are doing pretty well as well. You can see community initiative, reparations, and queer initiatives all have a healthy balance in them at the moment. So, and a lot of that is just, money comes in, money goes out. We don't want a lot of money sitting in those initiative accounts again. We want it being spent. So, cool. Next slide. Other financial news. So next month, we're kicking off the budget process between the finance team and then council. We want to sit down and look at where we're at after the January numbers come in, make some general choices on where we want the budget to be next year, and then work with all of our teams, our staff, our various committees to set our budget, and then bring it to everyone here for approval, hopefully. We hope to get things done a little earlier next year. We know last year we had the meetings and stuff kind of late on it, but our goal this year is to be more proactive and get a lot of that discussion happening earlier. So we're kicking off that process next month with council. And then I encourage everybody, next week is our big meeting about the parsonage. Obviously, the future of the parsonage has a big impact on our finances going forward, whether we decide to keep it, invest in it, sell it. So please come have discussions. I'm happy to answer any financial questions I can about it. It should be a good discussion, but please come chat about it. So, cool. We got our ways we respond. We've got our, should I do it? All right, cool. We have 3 ways we respond here. I get to do it. It's like 4 times a year. That's it. This is the best part of my day. So we have our joy jar at the door. Woo! You can give online. And of course, you can text donations as well. All right, thank you all. I love that. And finally, if you have any questions, I'm easy to get a hold of. Feel free to drop me an email or come chat with me while I'm here. So thank you much.
Thanks, Irwin.